And we have a new course that launched just recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brand new course. And Jill Omer is the artist trainer responsible for this course. I've known Jill for a long time. And Jill happens to have trichotillomania, which is considered a, hang on, let me put my glasses on for this. It's considered a BFRB, which stands for body-focused repetitive behaviors. So with this course, coming onto the academy and taking the course and working with Jill, I learned a lot. You watch all the courses too, you guys,
I did
right?
too.
Especially you, Olivia, because you're the one who goes out and builds, the landing pages and does all that stuff. So did you find it? I mean, and you don't do PMU, but so that alone, just the information about body-focused repetitive behaviors. Did you find that interesting?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, I mean, and I think most people have heard of trichotillomania or dermatillomania, right? Trichotillomania is when you pull out, your eyelashes or, your eyebrow hair, usually one by one. And a lot of times people will have a little ritual when it comes to how they pull them out and where they place them and how they place them down. I have worked on a lot of trick clients over the years, a lot. And even though I have a lot of experience doing eyebrows and eyeliner and spending a lot of time with trick clients and talking to them, right? Because I'm curious. I'm a really curious person. I like engaging my clients. So I felt going into this course that I knew quite a bit. And come to find out, I knew very little. Yeah, it was just so interesting. And as PMU artists, we are performing typically brows and eyeliner on clients that have these repetitive behaviors, trichotillomania and dermatillomania, right? Because, they pull out their eyebrow and eyelash hair over and over to the point where they don't grow back. They don't grow back a lot of times, or they may grow back patchy. Sometimes not at all, sometimes patchy. And they seek out PMU artists to get their brows tattooed, to get their, lash enhancements tattooed or eyeliners tattooed, to camouflage the fact that they have no hair because they've pulled it all out. These clients can be difficult, or I should say, well, the skin can be difficult because they're pulling, which can cause some scar tissue, in the skin, cause some scar tissues areas. So the skin sometimes, not always, but sometimes the skin can be a little challenging and a little resistant. And then the client themselves, sometimes they can be a little complicated. Or a little challenging, because a lot of what my experience with my clientele that have the repetitive behaviors is a lot of them have a lot of anxiety issues as well. They'll have anxiety issues. They'll have sometimes they have depression, and a lot of them are embarrassed. When they call and they talk to me or they come in, they're not sure if they're going to be judged, things like that. So, yeah, I think this is a fantastic course for all PMU artists. I think anybody doing eyebrows or eyeliner or brows and liners should take this course. And I think I mentioned Jill has trick herself. So she goes over what are BFRBs and explains each one of them in detail. She goes on to explain why it's so important. PMU artists need to understand the BFRBs. What's the difference between trichotillomania and dermatillomania? Why many clients don't even mention these disorders, these behaviors on their client intake forms, because that happens. And a lot of them won't mention it. And so Jill goes on to explain why. She gets into about the healing process. And that's another whole subject, because these are clients that have the compulsion to pick, to pull their hair, or to pick their skin, pull their hair. So, and of course, one of the first things we tell our clients with their aftercare is don't pick, keep your fingers away from it, don't pick. So she goes into all that, which is super interesting and informative. And as PMU artists, how do we position ourselves as a BFRB friendly studio, right? Because we want to be welcoming. We want people with these repetitive behaviors, with these compulsions, to feel welcomed, to feel comfortable. They want to feel we understand, these behaviors, and that we use the proper terminology, the proper language, and we communicate properly with them. And so I think this course was excellent. Excellent. It's different, right? There's no course out there like this. And who better to teach it than Jill herself, who has this disorder, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Olivia, it was very well done. I was impressed. I was super impressed with the quality of her course and how she put it all together. So as PMU artists, these are our clients. These are our clients. So go check it out in the Girlz Inc. Training Academy. What's the name of the course? It's by Jill Ulmer. And what is the name of the course?
Understanding BFRBs in PMU.
Understanding BFRBs and PMU by Jill Ulmer on the Girlz Inc. Training Academy. It's a fantastic course. All right. So, was that it? And you guys have been really busy this week, right? So because of all these free courses, Olivia, you had to build out the landing page for each one and get them all ready for launch and student registration. So for people that don't know, you want to explain what a landing page is? Because these courses, they're a lot of work. They're a lot of work. The trainer themselves put a lot of work, in some cases months, putting these classes together. And then once the course is together, then they hand the baton to us, and then we do our thing. And the academy is kind of like your baby, Olivia. You kind of get the courses all uploaded and
Set up
and for registration and Thrivecart and the landing page and all that stuff. So what is a landing page, and why is a landing page so important for our courses?
So a landing page is basically just explaining why a student should take the course, and what the course entails, everything that's included in the course, as well as like a promo video with the highlights, and also I believe also like a little bio of the trainer.
Yeah. So instead of going onto the academy and all you see is a button that says Terrence Powder Brows, right? No, there's a landing page.
Yeah, because I feel like you need to give more information about the course. Yeah. I know for myself, I wouldn't just click on that button and pay for the course. I want to read and know exactly what's included in the course.
Yeah. So in simple terms, it's just a page. Yeah. It's just a page where you highlight course highlights. What's in the course? What are they going to learn? What are they going to get from the course? A little bit about the trainer.
Helps them take action into actually buying the course.
Yeah,
it's
right.
all to persuade them.
Yeah,
hopefully
to persuade them
like
or dispersuade them.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know they may read all about the course, and after reading the course, oh, okay, this is not quite
Yeah, because we want to make sure our students are happy and they're like satisfied with the courses that they take.
right, exactly. And some and not everybody is going to benefit from every single course.
Yeah.
So that's why we describe the course in detail. Some of the courses may be a little bit more advanced, for some newbies. Some courses, just might, maybe that particular artist doesn't do eyeliner. So, why would she sign up for an eyeliner course? I don't know. So yeah, there it's just to define the course, explain the course, and give the potential student a lot of information about the course. Like I just started doing audiobooks, right? Yeah. And so you can go, and I'm totally digging audiobooks. I did not think I would like audiobooks. I used to read, and I have not read a book in like 15 years. I stopped reading books, and Kat reads. So, I've just been feeling lately like, I need another source of education, and information, and because I'm a sponge. I like learning. If I'm not learning, I get bored real quick, and I start getting restless and looking around. So I someone suggested an audiobook. So yeah, so I got my first audiobook and zipped through it and listened to it again. And so I can't remember the name of it, it's an entrepreneurial book about business and being a good entrepreneur. And it was excellent. And I love listening to it. I absolutely loved it. You have to be a little careful though, because you can like doze off a little bit.
I think that's why I can't do audiobooks.
Yeah. I'm a little bit of like a dreamer, like a daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer, night dreamer. I'm a visualizer, and so I have to be a little careful not to start like daydreaming and like floating off with my thoughts, because my mind does that. So I did listen to it like a second time, and which is great. I picked up more the second time than I did the first time. And then what Kat and I are going to do next week, because I thought it was such a good book for entrepreneurs, and it was really motivational, really a positive book. So next week, Kat and I are going to get up and we're going to like go out into the sunroom and have our coffee. And instead of turning on my morning show, everybody knows I like Gail. My morning news show. We're going to go sit in the sunroom and we're going to do the first chapter of the book. So we're going to do a chapter a morning. So we're going to listen to, I bought a little Bluetooth box and we're going to play the audiobook and we're going to do the first chapter and then discuss it. So I thought, that's a huge change for me, you guys. Like, because I come stumbling down the stairs, my hair's a wreck, I'm a little mopey and a little grumbly in the morning. I got cobwebs, grab my coffee, I sit down and turn on my Gale and I listen to my morning show, and it's like a good half hour before, it's like, you can understand, my English. So it'll be a whole new morning for me, Olivia. So, I told Kat, I'm not promising nothing, I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to give it a try because I want my mornings to be more productive. Yeah, I feel like I waste like an hour and 15 minutes of my day just by like being, sitting on the couch, watching Gail. No offense, Gail, I love you, but I want it to be more positive information flooding into my ears and brain in the morning rather than news or chaotic stuff or negative stuff or things that maybe upset me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was reading that somewhere. So that in the morning is critical on how you start your day and the information that you allow to come into your mind, that you absorb. Like that first hour that you wake up is like super critical. And I'm like, man, I'm like fucked because I wake up and it's news. It's CBS, morning show with Gail. And Nate's on there, and I love my Gail, and I love Nate, and Tony DeCopo. I love him. But You know, they're telling the news, and some of it, it fucks with my head. It can like get me like anxious. It can scare you. So not good information to be absorbing, right? And it should be, and you should control the information that you're absorbing. That first hour you're awake. Yeah, and it's something about like your brain waves and the way you absorb information. Like that first hour you're awake. Like it should be like you should control the information, and it should be positive. Yeah. So, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
Yeah. And you know how I learned that? Because the audiobook. The audiobook. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. So I downloaded I got three more audiobooks, all like motivational, entrepreneurial, positive. Yeah, so I'm like super stoked. So, so I'll let you know next week. So we'll see if you guys see a change in me.
Yeah. Hopefully you come in here more positive.
Do I come in here not positive?
No.
I don't. I mean, sometimes I walk in, I'm a little grumbly, but I usually come in like vomiting all kinds of like ideas and this and that. I know I have to like, Taryn, okay, slow down. You're talking like way too fast. Okay. I'm overloading my girls. I know. But I wake up at 4 a.m. to go pee, and, I think of stuff, So, yeah. It's just the way my brain is. It's a crazy brain.